Hey everybody, how's it going? So today we have Mythic Legion's Forest Troll. Now, just to give you an idea of how big this guy is, just to start off with, he is 12 inches tall. This guy is a beast. Uh, so, so much to cover. So I have the camera tilted upwards so you can see his ugly mug first. But yeah, this guy is mighty impressive. So let's bring him in close, or actually I'm going to bring the camera into the tent so you guys can see. Look at that. Alright, so first off, the sculpting on these guys is amazing because it's from the Four Horsemen. So yeah, sculpting is going to be amazing. Paint is going to be beautiful, as always. This guy retails for about $100. So I don't even know where to begin. He's so massive. He is just simply massive. The sculpt work is beautiful. Let's go over articulations because that's probably what you're wondering, is he just static this way or what can he do? So most of it's on ratchet joints, but you can actually feel them when you're moving them. He has one in the neck. So you can see it like kind of snap back into place. So he's got one in the neck. You think that this jaw would open, but it doesn't. That's just the mold. He's got shoulder, elbow. Yeah, you hear that ratchet. Wrist. Very tight, which is good, but just keep that in mind that they're very tight. He also has one at the waist, right at the belt is attached to the chest. So there you go. So you can see that it turns there. He also has them in the ankles. Let me see. Yep, there you go. Ankles. He has a little bit of movement in the ankle. I don't know if you can hear that. There's like you can hear the ratchets in there, which is good. You want some nice hard ratchets when you have a figure of this size, of this scale, because you want him to really stick to where he is. And then there's one more at the hip. So this guy is incredibly impressive. The fur is a little funky on him, but I think it works. He does come with one accessory, a monstrous club. It does come into two pieces, so don't freak out if it pops out. It comes right back in. He can hold it. I got it. There we go. And he can stand with it in. So don't think that is like, oh, he's got this giant club. He can't stand with it. It takes a little bit of posing, a little bit of tilting his legs back and forth here and there, but he can stand and hold that massive mace. The sculpting is incredible. The paintwork is phenomenal on these guys. You're paying top price for these guys, and this is exactly what you're expecting to get. So the only thing that you can, like, you see these guys and you're like, okay, well, that's not, okay, so they're cool and they're nice, but like just to get a scale, like the scope of him, I'm gonna pull way back on the camera. I'm gonna tilt it down just a little bit. Okay, so you can see the outside of the tent. That's how big he is. All right, so to start off with, this is the Mythic Legion. So here is a knight compared to the Forest Troll. So like, okay, well that's pretty cool. You can have the knight and you can have him fighting him, and he's gonna get his ass kicked. But hey, you can have it like that, right? So just to give you a better idea of what you might want to do with this, there's another figure out here that I have. This is a boss fight figure. This is a different company, but you really want to get something impressive. There you go. You have this guy here. Now, he is going to be shitting himself because, look at that. Now, that's impressive. See, so having a figure, this guy is 3 3/4, which would be like G.I. Joe's scale, Star Wars scale. That's the scale of this guy right here. So having him in comparison to that, if you never buy a boss fight figure, but you're like, wow, that guy's really cool, would he work well with those figures? Yes, he will. He will work incredibly well. You can have an army of these small guys and just one big dude like that, and you get that nice difference between the two. This makes him look gigantic. Maybe too big, but it's just something to give an idea as scale and just for fun, because I just got done doing the review of Mezco's Superman versus a Troll. So there you go, guys. Quick 5-minute review of the Mezco Forest Troll. Absolutely incredible. I don't need to go into much as to how good or bad this figure is, because he speaks for himself. Four Horsemen speaks for themselves. When you say, oh, the Four Horsemen review, is it going to be great? Yeah, it's going to be great. It would be longer if it would really need to be, but it doesn't. This guy is absolutely incredible. Sculpting, paint, articulation. Articulation is minimal, but you would break too much of the mold trying to put in articulation. You try to put in like an ab in here, you lose it on the back. You try to put articulation in the fingers, and you wouldn't get this beautiful sculpted hand. They put it in where they could put it in, where they could hide it perfectly. If they put it in anywhere else, I think that would make the figure look too much like a toy. And this thing could sit anywhere, and you'd be like, that's awesome. You can put this outside, and somebody would probably get freaked out thinking that this thing was real. So that's all I got, guys. Beautiful work. Definitely worth picking up, even if you don't have any Mythic Legion figures and you have like a smaller figures like the boss fight figures, and you want something for them to fight that would be really insurmountable. Here you go. They have this one, which is the Forest Troll. They also have a Rock Troll, which is a lot more craggy, different face sculpt. It probably uses the same basic articulation and idea, but obviously a different mold altogether. But here you go. This is the Forest Troll from Mythic Legion's Four Horsemen. See ya.